from Flatline Church to come forward and do the invocation. And please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, let's pray. All right, Father God, in the name of Jesus, we come to you again this morning. Thank you for your grace and your kindness and your mercy that you continuously shower over us. God, we pray this morning for your wisdom and your protection, Lord God, as we discuss your business of what you want to happen in this great city, in this great county. God, I pray for all of our leaders here that you would continue to encourage them, Lord God, to continue in the good fight, Lord God, because this is your city, this is your county. So, God, we surrender and submit to whatever it is that you have for us today. Please help us, and we know you will. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dwayne, thank you for doing that. You're doing great work at Flatline Church. And, you know, we talked in the information session about boots on the ground in the community, in the neighborhoods. And you're dealing with the at-risk youth and at-risk communities. And I applaud you for all the work you've done, especially for Lee High School. I know you've made a huge difference in those young men's lives, so thank you.
We'll call the roll now. Commissioner Harris is absent. Commissioner Moore-Ziegler.
Present.
Commissioner Walker.
Present.
Vice Chairman Sankey.
Present.
Chairman Singleton.
Here. Got presentation. Sheriff Cunningham, you want to make your way down with...
All right. All right. Well, good morning to those I hadn't spoke to this morning. Glad to see so many people here. This morning, we wanted to recognize one of my deputies. Thank you. Yeah, we want to recognize one of my deputies this morning for an outstanding job. I know we sit and we talk about mentoring, we talk about things that we're doing, but when you are actually giving back and you're doing it from the heart, it goes and it shows. We talk about our youth all the time, but when you start talking about doing a pipeline effect for us in law enforcement, it means a lot, because the people that this deputy is working with every single day, those are our next deputies that you'll see in these cars coming out, responding for your 911 calls and things of this nature. So we got to always think about how we're going to be a filler as far as for our agency. And this is just one of them. But this morning, I'd like to recognize Corporal LaTanya Haywood. Come on down, Corporal Haywood. Corporal Haywood just got back from Oklahoma with me. We went out to the NSA's conference, which is the National Sheriff's Conference, where they recognized her as the Explorer Post Advisor of the Year, which is a commendable job. I mean, you're talking about for our whole United States, we got that award, and that speaks volumes on her. So you all, let's give her another round of applause. Yeah. When you can have an Explorer Post with close to 30 young people in it, and you're mentoring them, they're bringing their report cards in, you're working with them. Then in the summertime, I see some of them in here, and they come and they work with the county. But then when they graduate school, we have one right now I know of that's coming back as a cadet. Two, yeah, I forgot Manor. But we got two that'll be coming back as a cadet. And then the next placement for them will be rolling into as a deputy or a corrections officer. So they're starting their career path at an age of 18 with a 25-year retirement. This is what we're talking about, feeding the community and filling those shoes of a deputy sheriff. So this morning, thank you, Corporal Haywood, and I'd like to present you with your national flag from the And also the county commission did a plaque for your recognition of getting that outstanding award for Explorer Advisory Post of the Year. So. Thank y'all.
Presentation by Percy Julian High School. You got something heavy. Oh.
Good morning. My name is Nancy Boyd, and I serve as one of the librarians at Percy Julian High School, formerly known as Lee, so Flatline works at Percy Julian too. And I wanted to bring some stuff. We had two specific commissioners that have done some stuff for the school, but since I had the opportunity to come, I wanted you to get some information about the school and show you some fun things that we have so that you can be excited about what's coming up for next year. So I have books for you, because I'm a librarian. That's what we do. And then I also have a packet for you that has information about what we've been doing at the school this year, and it has your name on your folder.
Oh, thank you.
Don't grab your own.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, man, okay.
So in your packet, it has a nice little bullet point of the stuff that's been happening at our school. In order to thank the people that support the school, I wanted to tell you some of the things that they supported. So one of the first things is our name officially changed to Percy Julian High School July 1st of last year. So we're a year out from the name. Our mascot changed from red and white to orange, blue, a hint of yellow and red, and our new mascot is the Phoenix. Our new principal is Ibrahim Lee, and our new athletic director is Bryant Johnson. We have more than 1,200 students. 90% of them are African American, about 9% are Hispanic, and 1% would be other. We have nearly as many Hispanic students as we have seniors at the school right now. We have 100+ faculty and staff, and then even with the name change, we still have really fun athletics. So this is the fun part that I get to show you. So we actually are starting a flag football team, and I get to coach that lovely team. So y'all are the first people to see their new uniforms. We just got them in the mail today. So we will have a girls flag football team, JV and varsity. And they will compete 6A, 7A, and there's a schedule in there for you for that, for the boys football team as well. We also are going to add esports, swimming, tennis. You know, anybody that wants to support that, we have that. Academically, we have more than 200+ students that are in honor societies, from National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, to everything that you can think of. And then we have seniors that have gotten all kinds of money to go to school. So that's been a lot of fun, and we've been able to take them on college tours and do a bunch of different things. And so we're actually kicking off this summer by doing the book study that I gave you a book copy of, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. So we've had kids come to school and going through the book to get ready for next year. And so because of that, of the support of 2 specific commissioners that have helped us throughout the year, I have a plaque for you. But before you do that, I need you to do me a favor. So I'm a football person. like, truly a football person. So I need you to try on these gloves and take a picture because nobody's seen them yet. So y'all are the first people to get to do that. So you're going to get to try them on, take a lovely picture with them, and then go from there. So here we go. Let's see.
Are they one size?
Nope, they're different.
Oh, these are medium.
Oh, you gave me a pass? Oh, wow.
Okay, because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to come down here for my picture with them on. Yeah.
You're gonna take, you know,
Yes.
I'm a volunteer.
It's okay. You're volunteering to help us out today. We'll take it.
And a Wolverine in the blood,
Nice
other part of it, so
combine.
it's hard.
He volunteered.
Yes. So the cool thing about the gloves, when you put them on and you do your hands, if anybody's Alabama fans, you've seen it. It crosses in the middle and it has the phoenix. So when you put your hands together, cross them over, thumbs together, other way, thumbs together.
Oh, wow.
Come down, I'll show you. Yeah, come on down. So that way we can take the
Lose
picture.
all my street cred. You gonna have those volunteers and them Wolverines get me today.
Yes.
Oh, look, okay, okay, what we gotta do it like that? Oh, like this?
See, y'all will be ready for game day and you didn't even know it. Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and give Miss Rhonda Walker and Mr. Isaiah Sankey a plaque for helping us and supporting us throughout this year. So we appreciate it.
I got 3 graduates right up here, right? You didn't graduate from there? They kicked you out.
These are girls' gloves. I told the boys I'll think about them. We're working on it. But BSN especially made them for us because we asked for them. So it's been really cool.
Disclaimer, all JD and Carver, please bring me gloves so I can put them on.
They don't have them yet, but Jag is currently in the process of getting some made. My child goes to Jag. So I just want to say thank y'all. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Do you need to give them back to you in your?
I mean,
Isaiah, you
if you need to hang on to those for a couple more days, I'll let you. It's fine. I know how to find you.
Thank you so much. I tell you what, Percy Julian High School is blessed to have somebody on the faculty like you.
Years, that's true.
I mean, that, you really, you're investing in these young people, and you're enthusiastic, and that's what we need. And I'm so thankful you came today.
Thank you.
Okay, we do have comments from citizens, and we do have a big list again this week. I'm going to ask you to keep it to 3 minutes. You'll hear the bell go off. Please don't make me be rude, 'cause I don't want to be rude, but I have to cut you off. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, about 4 that are talking about allocations of funds. I don't know if you're on the same side of the allocations of funds, but if you are, please don't repeat what the person right in front of you just said, if you don't mind, so we can kind of keep it. Because normally we just allow 2 people to speak, but I'm not going to cut anybody off today. I did cut them off last week with a solar farm. We only allowed 2 to speak. But if you'll be brief and honor the time, then I'll be glad for you to speak. So Ann DePrizio, is that right? Did I pronounce that right? Oh, I'm amazed.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, put the mic up close so they can hear you on the internet too.
Thank you. My name is Ann DePrizio. My son's life was turned around by a mentor. When y'all reallocate funding, y'all are taking away mentors. These mentors are saving lives, but they haven't even been given a chance. How can anyone take life-saving funds from a tested, proven anti-violence program that hasn't even begun. Unlike a gun-led solution to gun violence, which is like starting a war to keep the peace, Live Free is built on relationships, and I have no affiliation with Live Free. I'm in the streets every Monday on our prayer walks, and let's be clear, those prayer walks are not interrupters. I'm about to tell you what interrupters are if you haven't seen how they're saving lives all over this country. They're going into neighborhoods, suffering and grinding poverty, families hollowed out by the justice system. What you're going to lose when you withdraw promised funding, good, brave men who have turned their lives around, going in to heal the community on street level. These interrupters interrupt gun violence before it happens using cutting-edge AI with the heart and soul to go in there in these neighborhoods who are suffering, whose children are dying. Some of them are suicidal, and we don't talk enough about that. So we're talking about gun violence on both sides of the gun, because everyone's a victim. So these interrupters, they've got their eyes and ears, and they've got their cutting-edge technology to identify clusters of violence. They're former gang members trained by Live Free, and they know how to talk to these kids. They understand them. They know literally where they're coming from. And these good men all over the country are devoting their lives to developing trusting relationships on street level. Now, with Faith in Action, the walks y'all mentioned, they're prayer walks, yes. And now y'all are starting to see the difference. Again, a program that's being cut off at the knees before it can begin. They're not out pulling people over. They're not asking for ID. They already know their names. They know the first names of these children. They know their mamas. They know their uncles and their brothers. And some of them know folks from the neighborhood.
Miss Ann, I'm gonna.
And they're going in, learning people's names and leading with compassion and understanding. This isn't a job. This is a mission. And it's our moral imperative to stop violence before it happens without the use of lethal means.
Miss Ann.
We're in the mission field now, and I beg you to reconsider reallocating this life-saving funding. I understand Doug's point about the three-legged stool of justice. I get where you're coming from, Doug, and I agree with you.
Miss Ann,
Excuse me, but y'all are about to cut us off at the knees before this program can begin. The police have a budget. The justice system has a budget, and this program will, you got a backlog of 300 cases, this will reduce those cases by half.
Miss Ann.
We can collect that data, we can measure it, and we can test this program. Don't judge our program before it's begun. Don't cut us off at the knees and reallocate this funding.
Ann, you're not going to allow anybody else to speak on this topic.
I'm not done talking, I'm in the mission field. My son's life was saved by a mentor like this. His life was turned around. He was suicidal. He saved his life. And y'all are going to deny these mentorships and put more cops on the street, and I respect police, and put the justice system on it. That's putting money down a hole. You're going to do the same old thing, or you're going to give mentorship a chance. Give me applause here for anybody who wants a mentor in your community instead of somebody asking for ID with a gun.
Miss Ann, I've got to stop you now. I apologize. I told you.
No, excuse me, I'm done.
Before we started, 3 minutes. And to address the part of
Please reconsider reallocating this life-saving funding, because it'll be on your hands.
Miss Ann.
This will be on your conscience.
Miss Ann.
Because this is going the
All right,
wrong
just stop
way.
talking
You
to
know
her.
it. But keep doing the same old thing instead of giving these mentors a chance.
next person.
That's blood on your hands.
There's two guys in this room that we started a Mentors of Montgomery program, Dwayne and Charles Lee.
We're about to put in 20. You tell me you
Don't
got
talk
two in
to
their
her,
spare
Doug.
time. They're putting 24/7. This is a mission.
Jamel
Good job
Brown.
for them. They're not clocking out.
Jamel,
And they're doing this program all
come
over.
save me.
They're saving lives. But as usual, Alabama. By design. This is not an accident. This is by design. Because sometimes I think y'all want
Go ahead, Jamel.
neighborhoods to start
Well,
these people to start.
if you're looking for me to save you, you got the wrong one. But let me say this, Mr. President, and thank you. I want to read you a message on Facebook, January the 9th at 5:14 a.m. And I'm not going to say her name. I left you all with it. She said, I was so angry, I wanted to kill her, Jamel. Do you hear me? I wanted to kill. I had to cry out to God, Jamel, and then your live came up. My goodness, God blocked it. To save some time, that was a young lady, Mr. Chairman, that was going through a situation in her relationship. And they humiliated her on Facebook. And what I do to my thousands of followers on social media, I do a weekly sermon, and it helped her. She was on her way from Pike Road to another part of the city to kill this person. But here me is on my live as usual, yelling and preaching a good message of hope. And it changed her life around. I came by to say this, Mr. Chairman. We need those funds for that department to hire and partner up with interventionists to go into our communities in the city of Montgomery to stop things like this from happening. The sheriff is doing a great job. The DA them is doing a good job. But do not allow political pressure for some of you all on here. Now, and I just got to be real. I'm not no sellout. There's 3 of you all on this commission that got a job to cut this funding because you don't like certain people at the city. And I understand that political position. But from 2010 to now, before Mayor Reed got it out, we had over 300 some homicides. And not one of you county commissioners said anything about reallocating nothing for Todd Strange. But because we got a mayor, and because of his skin color, you all want to reallocate some funds. I'm asking you all to do the right thing, because if you don't, I'm going to call you out, Commissioner Sankey. I'm going to call you out, Commissioner Ziegler, and I'm going to call you out, Commissioner Walker, if you don't do the right thing. Give us an opportunity so we can put interventionists in the street. Because guess what? They like to see people that look like them, that talk like them. And it's 2 people in this room. Give me just 2 more minutes. It's 2 people in this room have did more in Montgomery, Alabama to fight against black-on-black crime for years, and it worked. We need preachers, we need pastors, we need people like Charles Lee, we need people like us in the community. Give us an opportunity because we all mess up. And I'm going to say this in closing. If walls could talk, a lot of y'all will run up out of here. I could have been in jail or somewhere, but God spared me because I had Edward Nettles. I had Alvin Holmes. I even had William Boyd, even though I like him here and there sometimes. I had those type of people to help steer me. So I'm not going to be too hard on y'all, but I'm just asking you all to have an open mindset. I like your 3-legged thing, but don't take all the funding from a department that it just been birthed, and we need all the ammunition we can. I'm going out there today. I'm going to take this suit out, and I'm going out in Gills Village today and talk to some folks because we got to do better.
Jamel, anybody have any questions?
And thank you for the extra time,
Yeah,
too. I
Jamel,
appreciate that.
a couple of things. One, I don't know if anybody at the city I don't like, to be honest with you. I get along with all of them.
Yes, sir.
I really do. And the other thing is that the ARPA funding, the city had $1.75 million for violence prevention. The county had $1.75 million. So we're not talking about taking all the money. The majority of the money, $750,000, would still go to violence prevention. We're just talking about trying to put few more boots on the street and trying to get some of these cases tried. Now, I've been on the commission 8 years. We've never had this kind of money in 8 years. So I never tried to take some away from the previous administration because we didn't have any to give. But again, we all work together. And you mentioned a great thing, our ministers. We need somebody in the ministry to step up. Yes, sir. And maybe it's you, or maybe it's somebody, I don't know, Nettles, or whoever it is. But thank you for being here.
Yeah, it works, interventions work, and we need preachers to get
Hey.
out the pulpit and get in the street, and maybe me and you can have.
We got it, all of us. We all got to work together.
Yeah, out of that, but it's gonna take all of us, because we're a community, and it's gonna take all of us.
Exactly.
And I
Okay.
thank you for the time.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Brown, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't mind being called out because I know who I represent and I
Yes, sir.
know my compassion for people. So I don't mind being called out.
But I haven't seen you in your community.
Well,
I haven't seen you in the streets.
Yeah, you're-
But you one of the main people on the commission wants to relocate some money because you have a political vendetta against certain other individuals
Yeah.
because someone wanted to run against you.
I think that's what
So
you're- I
I
think that's what you're-
I can beg to
Jamel,
differ.
That's a
Yeah, I
different,
think you wrote
that's a
on
different
both
meeting.
Yeah.
That's a different meeting.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
But I don't mind being called
I
out.
think
Yeah.
Sankey was
But just
trying
get
to
it right.
Speak
Yeah.
his point, and I'm with him, because I'm the one last week told him I wasn't voting on it. So I don't know where you got that, I'm for.
I'm just letting you know, if you don't vote the right way, you will be called out if you
I
like it or
appreciate
not.
it. I want to be called out by Jesus too for the good things that I've done on this earth.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Jamel, and it hurt my feelings because you said you weren't gonna call me out,
No,
so.
I didn't call your name.
Go ahead.
I called the three that I feel like has a political agenda.
How you
No.
gonna feel that the three of us,
And
he the one made the proposal?
We'll talk about it on the radio later on.
Well, we
Okay.
talk about it.
All right, let's go,
Thank you, sir.
I don't even know who you are, and we've never had a
I'm the
conversation.
main one fighting to keep the money with the city.
This is not the way to, this is not the way to win friends and influence people, my friend.
That's funny.
I always want to have a city council meeting at the chamber, at the commission.
He for Doug who made the proposal.
All right, I'm gonna, since we're on this topic, I'm gonna stay on this topic, and I'll come back, Ms. Brown, I'll come back to you in a minute, but faith in action, I wasn't very good trying to pronounce your name 2 weeks ago, I'm not even trying today, so if you would state your name again for me.
So I'm going to teach everybody how to say my name. The first name is Mu'ad. Mu'ad. Last name is Al-Khattab. Again, my name is Mu'ad Al-Khattab. I'm community organizer for Faith in Action Alabama for the Montgomery Hub. And not to rehash a lot of what has already been said, but really what I'm asking everyone in the commission is just to follow through on your commitment with the original allocation. Give it a chance for the people who are at high risk to be engaged with the people who they can relate to interrupt and intervene. I understand there's a certain amount that you want to go to the Sheriff's Department for a task force to address high risk, which is the community violence intervention is going to do anyway, the DA's office and judges. But these are kind of reactive things to things that have already happened, and we don't want that to grow. And so with interventionists, with people who will be trained in conflict resolution and already have a relationship with the people who are already at high risk, then you can prevent those backlogs from growing. You can prevent more people being prosecuted. So we literally are wanting a program to be funded so people can intervene and stop this thing from increasing. And I understand that you want to address this backlog, but you don't want that backlog to grow, and that's the whole point. One of the main missing pieces is the people in the community, addressing those people in the community. There are certain things in places, in relationships that, law enforcement, we support law enforcement, what they do in responding to crime, but we want to intervene and break that cycle of violence. That's the main point. And so again, what I just want to do is just ask everyone to follow through on the original commitment with this allocation of money and not split it up and really dampen the impact of what is going to happen with this implementation and give it a chance to be implemented, give it time to actually see the results, and that's my request.
Yeah, if it passes today, that means instead of being 3.5 million into the violence prevention programs, it'll be 2.5 million. So it's not like we're stopping the program, we're canceling the program. It's just $1 million will be reallocated to the
I understand that, Chairman, but actually, even starting off, the amount was really needed is 6 million. So I understand you're saying this is being reduced just a little bit, but again, the amount of people who have to do this, not as a hobby, not as on a side thing, because communities, we walk the Westgate and Mobile Heights neighborhood, and this is just the community involvement, but people to be paid doing this as a full-time at all different hours of the day, it needs maximum support, so
Yeah,
that's my request.
if this program works, I mean, I don't think this commission would ever not continue to fund it in the future without ARPA money, if it shows results. And again, Charles and Dwayne, along with myself, we started a Mentors in Montgomery program. I've been there, so I know what it's like to invest in young people. I know what it's like to mentor a young person who don't look like me. And that's always the topic, you don't look like me. But I didn't care what he looked like. He was a human being, child of the Most High God, and I loved it. I loved both of them. I still love both of them, and still in communication. One of them had a birthday yesterday. So I get where you're coming from. So appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
Thanks a lot.
William, you got anything you want to add? Because you're the last one on this, I think it's on the allocation of funding.
First, could this be tabled? This question.
Well, we're going to vote today, and if it
Is-
don't pass, then it will be basically tabled, so.
But is it an emergency that it got to be done today? Could it be tabled?
Well, it's getting close because we're running out of time, to be honest with you, William.
All right, I'm speaking on the behalf of the Montgomery County Democratic Conference. It's hard to preach unity every Sunday in the Baptist church. And then come Monday or Tuesday, it's Republican versus Democrat. It's black versus white. It's wrong. But I commend the Republican Party for standing with the national agenda of unity. But I have a problem with the Democrats. The so-called Democrats who run to the black community and say, hey, I'm black and I'm proud. But when it come down for the vote, they are confused. They don't vote party. They forget about what got them to the position that they are at today. If Elton Dean was here today, he would say enough is enough. It's wrong, it's sad, and it hurt. So I say again, could we table this? And I'm asking the Democrat to be Democrat. Democrats stick together like Republicans, especially during times like these. Why should we be even considering taking away from a program that really needs? What was the intention of? Why did we even vote to allocate this money? Then we want to take it away. What's the root cause?
William, I can address that. That was 18 months ago.
I understand, but with the Republican, with Reading and the way Bartfoot, the reason they're leading this state right now, and it seems like Doug Singleton and the Republican Party is joining hands and falling in line. But I don't fault the Republicans for being unified, and I will always continue to unify. But once again, my position is with the Democrat. If the Democrat do what Democrats supposed to do, and then we all can be happy, and I don't need to utilize no more of my time. Thank you.
William, before you go, though, I know you don't come to many of our meetings,
Yes.
and I don't blame you. I wouldn't come either, unless I had to. But this commission, I can honestly look everybody in that room, in this room and out in Montgomery County, we've never have voted along demographic or along racial or political line. Go back and look at the records, William.
That's how we get
Wait a minute.
the chairman and the coach voted on. Yes,
I
yes,
got to be,
yes,
I
yes,
got to
that's
be, I got to be.
by default.
I got to be chairman by default
Yes.
because I voted
Yes,
for what you call a black Democrat. But I
Yes.
never called Elton Dean a black Democrat. I loved Elton Dean.
well, y'all joked around and called each other black and white.
We
That,
joke
that was a
around,
common
but
thing,
but
so
joked
we did
because
do
we cared
that.
for each other, and we
Yes.
could do that. And I
Yes.
wish everybody could do that, to be honest with you.
Yes.
It'd be a lot better in Montgomery County.
Yes.
But my point is, this commission has never voted along racial lines. In my 8 years, I think it may have been one time where my other Republican, which Rhonda Walker, I don't care if Rhonda's a Republican or Democrat.
Yes,
I don't care what color she is. But that was the only time we've ever voted together. So it's never been, we've always, on this commission, I think, voted for what's right. And that's what you want. You want people to vote for what they think is right.
I know the people spoke today.
I know, but again,
But-
if I don't vote like you want me to vote, that don't mean I'm
But
right.
the people.
and that don't mean you're wrong.
But I'm saying the people spoke.
And we heard
This
it.
morning, the people spoke.
They have,
They
yeah.
they was black and they were white and they was.
I don't care, yeah.
Another nationality. The people spoke.
Exactly.
So will y'all listen to the voice of the people? Would Democrats stand together and do the right thing? Because we know Republicans are going to stand together and do the right thing. Cast the vote.
Okay, well, we're gonna vote in a little while, so thank you, William. Okay, Ms. Brown, heavy hearts.
Good morning. Y'all always call me after some hot debate.
You picked the wrong time
And then
to come.
tell me to calm down, don't be passionate about how I feel. But yeah, when we come up here, we ask for the bare minimum. I see all of this money and I get up here and I get excited and be like, oh, give me $500,000. But, cause I see that you guys have the money. But I be asking for little stuff like $15,000. And then they table it, and then I get frustrated when I go back, when I serve 10,000 families in the community. And I say, when I come and ask for $15,000, I think it should be like the sense of urgency, like the people that come to me that we serve ask for. The things that we are doing is not just similar to everybody else, but it's very different because we do embody a lot of different organizations. Since the last time I met with you guys, I said, I took that sense of urgency and I went and got 40 other people to partner with me for an event we got coming up. 40 other organizations. For example, Mr. Clay, who is here with me today, businesses that are nonprofit and for-profit. I came here y'all last meeting with 15 young black men with me, from old to young, to be able to show and demonstrate to you guys that we do have the community. We can bring people that most people can't bring out. People come to our events, they come to our programs, they participate every day. We are out in the community. We're not asking for millions. We're asking that you guys be able to help us and be able to say that it is a community effort with the government, that we coming together to be able to make things happen. And it seems like it's a big fight, and I definitely agree with a lot of the stuff that was going on today. Miss Ann may have been out of order with her time, but what she was saying was accurate. She may have been saying, she was passionate about it, and she is mimicking everybody else, but she was right. The things that we are seeing and we are doing is a conflict. We need the money in the community where we actually can see the people and what they have going on. We see it every day, firsthand. You guys may be busy, you can't see it, everything. You got a lot of money going out for baseball and football and sports, and which we agree with, but we see a lot of stuff that you guys don't see that's happening. We deal with a lot of people that you guys can't get to, and that's why it's important to expand this money and give it to the people that actually see what's happening in the community, and it's actually making a difference. I heard him say the data. You can't compete and give us data to show you all the benefits that we're doing in the community. But what we are doing is very important. It is very necessary. I'm gonna give a few minutes because last time I took up all the time. I'm gonna give Mr. Clay a little bit of moment to say.
Please, hear Mr. Clay.
Good morning. Well, like I tell Ms. Brown, I said, I'm definitely not nonprofit, but at the same time, I'm passionate about what she's doing. So when you reach in and say, do we have community dollars to do this? I tend to reach into my pocket and say, hey, we got to, because I can see the heart of what she's doing. It's so important that we reach in and join together to make it happen. So I'm excited to partner with her to put out dollars that I may or may not have at that time, just to move forth on it.
What's your address again on South Hull?
It's on South Florence. It's like,
South Lawrence.
it's one light down from you guys, so everybody can stop by the office and see, if you want to just be able to see
What's
the
your
office,
address?
it's an office space. 557 South Lawrence Street.
Okay.
It's right past the library.
Well, thank you, Ms. Brown.
And again, did you guys say you was gonna be having this meeting on the 16th about all organizations? Because I've given you all the information. Is there any other information
No,
that we
ma'am.
need to give?
I think
So
you did.
do we need to be present for this meeting?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No.
all right, thank you.
So thank you. Ashley Lewis says violence. And I didn't know if you were talking about ARPA money too. Were you talking about ARPA? No. Okay, good, because I missed you if you did.
Hi, my name is Ashley Lewis, and I am a citizen of Montgomery. I don't belong to a church, and I don't belong to a party. But what I do belong to is the streets. I know the kids in the streets. I know their parents. I see what they go through. I used to be a property manager in Montgomery, Alabama. I no longer do that job here. I moved to Birmingham to do that job. I drive to Birmingham every day to work. The only reason why I'm here in Montgomery is because my grandmother is here. My daughter went to Pike Road. I drove her to school every day because I wanted her to have a good quality of life in living and learning. I was a property manager at Centennial Hill, assistant property manager. So I see when the teens are coming out there with the AKs and the Dracos and the sticks and the switches. So when I call the police or my coworker calls the police and we say, there's a guy at 545 Centennial Way, and the police we say, don't come to the office, go there. And I'm not blaming the police, because their guns, the people on the street guns are bigger than the police guns. So when we call the police, or she calls the police comes out, and they say, it's not illegal to have a gun. I watch the news and the mayor says the community needs to do something. Well, when you call the police because you see a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old with a gun that's bigger than them, what is your next option? My question here for you all, and this is my first time here, y'all got a lot of action in this room, I see, but my question is, why would I live in Montgomery? I don't want to shop in Montgomery because they shoot at the mall. I don't want to drive in Montgomery because you can get shot driving down the street. We know that. I don't want to eat in Montgomery because I'd rather go to Prattville where no one's sitting across the table from me with a gun. I would rather drive to Atlanta to spend my money to go shopping because I don't know those people there. The people that are doing the killing here, I know the parents. I've seen the kids. There's something that has to be done. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you allocate the money, you divide it, or you save it. I'm not sure. I'm not here about the money. I'm just here to speak what I see. And there needs to be some type of relationship with the police, not a courtesy officer, the police and the property managers on these properties at apartment complexes. Maybe they need to monitor a little bit more. Maybe they need to get out on foot and walk in the daytime. They shoot every Friday night in Centennial Hill. They shoot every Friday night in Centennial Hill. I do not allow my child or anyone that I know to partake in anything in that area. My child is 18 years old. She wanted to work at the Eastdale Mall. She can't work there because they shoot there. So I don't know how you all feel or if you know what's going on in the streets, but the guns, I know federal law, everybody wants a gun. The people of Montgomery are being hunted like animals.
Ms. Lewis, I'm going to interrupt you if I may, because I'm the commissioner. Do you have any questions or comments for Ms. Lewis? We hear you loud and clear.
I'm glad.
And if you're thinking about church, I'd love you to come visit mine and go to church with me, if you will.
No, I like to see you out in the streets where I be at. But what I'm here to say is, I'm looking to buy a house. I wouldn't dare buy one in Montgomery with the crime that's going on, the shooting.
You made a very legitimate point, so thank you for being here. And come back anytime.
I see nothing will be done. You all have a great day. I'm going to go to Birmingham and go to work.
Michelle Jackson, think big.
They're gonna shoot you in Birmingham and Atlanta too.
Where's Brother Levi today? Tell him he missed all the excitement.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
that corner right there.
Oh, you meant, each one gets one?
Outside, I think.
Oh, okay. Take two and take one back.
Two. Take two.
Oh, he's out in the hallway there.
Well, good morning to the honorable men and women of the Montgomery County
Good morning.
Commission. I am Michelle Jackson, and I am a citizen of Montgomery. And I'm here to share with you in investing in the Think Big message that I have been assisting with the youth, over 100 youth in the city of Montgomery. And we have been teaching them how to think big. And what I've given you is an allocation of some funding that has already been spent on the Think Big message. Also, and some of the things that we're teaching the youth, like the pledge to a new start, that from the bottom of their hearts that they can think big every day in every way. And we're also have invested in a YouTube movie clip. It's only 1 minute and 7 seconds, but it's packed with a powerful message to our youth. Unfortunately, logistically, I wasn't prepared for the county commission to see it on the screen, but what that message says is that, now, if you would give me a moment of your time, if you don't want to serve time, think bigger, don't you dare pull that trigger, think bigger. Here's what you need to do to stay out of the way of evil. If you want to be free, I want all the youth to listen to me. Think bigger, don't you dare pull that trigger. I want to thank each of you for your time and listening and hearing. These are some of the messages that we're instilling in our youth, because now is the time to invest in the Think Big message.
But thank you for being here. There was somebody from the Boss Youth League. There was no name, but Boss Youth League. Oh, okay. Is that all? I was wondering who those young people were.
Good morning.
Please state your name.
I'm Corleen St. Cyr Moore, Boss Youth League. I don't know if you all remember me. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Boss. And where we develop students into healthy leaders and entrepreneurs through discipline, dedication, and development. We use basketball as a way to put candy in the medicine. So we've been in existence since 2011. And we serve every semester about 35 kids, and we have 3 semesters throughout the year. And all the kids, we've assisted over 4,000 kids, all the kids that remain throughout our program 3 semesters out the year, they end up being successful, either entrepreneurs, they all graduate, they pick up a trade, and we've had a good 6 of them to start businesses. And so we take trips all the time. A lot of times we don't know about programs because of the lack of funding. So there's some great things in Montgomery County. I think that you all do a great job, and sitting at the seat of being a CEO, a lot of people don't understand what it takes to run a city, run a business, run an organization. And so a lot of complaints come out. But one of the things I've learned is to highlight the positive and be out there. It doesn't take money to like, share, post anything positive. Negativity shouldn't spread the way that it does. I'm a realtor in the daytime, myself and my husband, and crime happened in Prattville, Millbrook, and all these other places. A lot of times they don't highlight it in the media and the TV. So we need to put more effort in highlighting the organizations that are here that are doing the great work. One in particular, Commissioner Sankey, let me ask you a question. When you came and visited, what did you see?
Well, I saw a very, very good team of people led by you all, great basketball, great discipline, and children not only from Montgomery County, but all over the Tri-County area. So I saw an outstanding program based on my perception for that particular evening.
Yes, yes. So we do that. We invite you all to come out. I don't really get into politics. You know, I have my personal reservations in regard to that. I'm about being proactive. And like I said before, a lot of us, we result to being reactive, and that's not going to help us flourish. We have to be proactive and engage in the youth in the community. It's kind of like if you're in the desert and you're asking everybody why nobody eating nachos. Don't nobody want nachos. If people want to play sports, support what they want to do. You know, that's how you reel them in. I don't know if anybody growing up, it was kind of difficult for us to have the proper equipment and the tools. We've had, like if you wanted to fix a table or something, and you don't have a screwdriver or a hammer, you feel like you don't have the tools to fix it. So therefore, it kind of hurts not having the proper tools to fix it. So with us, yes, go ahead.
I apologize for interrupting, but I do want to give the opportunity to the fellow commissioners. If they got any questions?
I do have Javion that had something to say. Go ahead, Javion.
Real quick, pull that mic to you so you can.
My name is Javion. I'm 12 years old. I go to Capitol Heights Middle School. I've been in trouble a lot in school since before I joined Boss. After I joined Boss, they taught me how to have a positive attitude, how to stay out the way, and not get in trouble in school, have a positive mindset.
Hey, congratulations.
All right, we got a trip coming up to Miami. We just came from Atlanta. We went to Huntsville. We're going somewhere every other week. And I'd like for y'all, if anybody in the audience, if you don't have any dollar or anything to donate, to like, share, and subscribe to what we're doing so everybody know this awesome, one-of-a-kind program exists in Montgomery, Alabama. And we're going to Miami to represent Montgomery County. We want to get the championship for Montgomery with NBA player Norris Cole, who played alongside LeBron James. So this is very big, this is very major, and we win it, we bring in a parade over here. And if y'all could do anything to support us in that effort, that trip is about $15,000. So anything you all can do, we came here before, you all heard about our program, but any financial thing could really help our program because a lot of the kids we serve come from financial situations that don't, and we knew it would be a limited spacing. That's why we weren't able to bring our 35, 40 kids, but we brought the kids that represent the age group that they come from.
Okay, okay.
Excuse me, you probably already answered this before, so please forgive me.
Yes, sir.
You've already given Teresa your...
Yes, sir. I think I got a form that I have, I think a notarization, but I sent the budget, but it was from another email. I got to get with her about that. But this trip is coming up in like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. August 1st, we staying there for a week.
So all these young men, are they from Montgomery County, all the players?
Well, 95%, yes.
Yeah.
And we have them two here, Jeremiah, Cam, they just walked in.
Okay.
But I'm going to make them run. Yep.
Our main base is in Montgomery. We practice at Brubaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so most of our kids come from all over Montgomery
So
County.
you have a program in Selma too then, right?
Yeah, we started in Selma.
Yeah, okay.
We started in Selma, but we primarily exist here in Montgomery.
But thank y'all for being here, and good luck to y'all.
All right, thank you.
y'all. Charles Lee, that's my child.
Good morning, how y'all doing?
Good morning, bro.
Yeah, we were invited here. Doug got the opportunity to hear a presentation that we were doing. Just trying to be proactive, like we were saying. We have an opportunity to, it's called This Challenge Saves Lives. It's a challenge that we're trying to challenge the whole city of Montgomery. It's 2 parts. One is a really sexy part. Is working with, one is working with Hands on River Region. Hands on River Region is right now building a database of all of the nonprofits working. So we'll be challenging all the citizens of Montgomery, saying, hey, if you got a problem, whether it's crime, whether it's homelessness, hey, get involved with one of these many organizations. The other part is not so sexy. We have been identifying a lot of our target areas here in Montgomery really don't have so much of a gang problem opposed to a crew problem. And so being on the ground, pretty much working with all the communities, we have identified that there are a lot of crews and they are all stemmed around kind of rap music. And so we have a plan that we really want to kind of talk to you guys about, maybe not so publicly, but privately how we plan to attack this issue or whatever. We had a couple of videos that we could have showed you guys, where it's videos where hundreds of guys with hundreds of guns big machine guns. And we're planning on pretty much kind of going into those areas and working with those guys. And Dwayne, he runs Flatline Ministry. He is pretty much a ministry that works with rap music and trying to divert these young guys and young ladies from toting guns and killing each other to turn it into a more positive Christian rap. But I'll let you kind of speak about it a little more if you want to speak about what you do. And Doug just wanted us here, to pretty much kind of talk about the things. We started Mentors in Montgomery together. We never stopped. We've been mentoring young people here in Montgomery for a long time. And we work directly with the at-risk students. And so I'll let you.
He said it all. But we definitely need to engage one of the origins of the problem of violence that's taking place in our city, which is the music. And we rarely hear people talk about that. We're not against all secular music, but we're against anti-violence secular music. So, I'm a product of that myself. Before I got saved, I was doing some of the same stuff. I was carrying the gun, toting the blunt, and shootouts. I ain't trying to incriminate myself, but I was in a whole lot of that stuff, and until I got exposed to the damage that it was doing to my brain and my way of thinking, that's when I changed. And so there is an answer. We just gotta attack it. So.
Yeah, Charles and I had lunch, and he kind of opened my eyes to some of the things going on in Montgomery, and he's got an idea that he's working with Dwayne. When he first presented to me, I said, man, that's crazy, that ain't gonna work. But then I realized I'm not the expert on this. I've never been in a gang. I've never shot anybody. I've never been in prison. But these two guys have street cred. They've been there. We've actually seen them change people's lives and make a difference in people's lives. So if y'all would kind of reach out to the other commissioners, I'm not very good at explaining what you're trying to do, but kind of share with them. The money that they're asking for is minimal amount of money, and it's all going to the program. It's not going in their pockets. They're not making anything on this, but it's another piece of that leg, that we're talking about earlier today. So thank y'all for being here. Anybody got any questions?
Is this, and not to minimize what y'all are doing, but is this an alternative to the gangster rap that kind of creates the violence and the mental health issues and so forth? Because I understand that, and I don't have anything to confirm that this is true, but this is just a rumor that I've heard, that the people who are making the gangster rap, those companies are actually investing in the privatization of prisons.
That's correct.
That's correct. Very much correct. Crazy. They're in partnership, the music industry and the private prison.
But those high-level guys are not the ones that's kind of on the street committing the crime. It's those young guys that's glorifying it. Because if you see right now, a lot of our community, we don't really have role models. And so if you go to the average neighborhood, their role models are those rappers that they get to see, because they don't have a father or police in their community, right? But they have that guy, whether it's Boosie or NBA Youngboy, where they get to see every day, and he has everything that they want, whether it's guns, drugs, money, girls. And so that's the guy that they want to be like. And so they start doing those things, but they're actually living their life, opposed to the actual rappers that's mainstream, that's not living their life, that's living behind gated communities. And so we're trying to come up with something now. And this a huge campaign, and I want to show y'all better than I could tell y'all. We kind of working behind the scenes on it, and we don't want to pretty much tell it to the public and now they destroy it before they even get the chance to get out the ground or whatever. But we're doing some really good work right now, working with these certain crews that might be into the beefs, the ones that's kind of doing a lot of the shooting here in Montgomery or whatever. We're working directly with these guys to be able to squash some of these beefs, as well as do a huge city project.
Yeah, I encourage you to get in touch with each and explain them to them like you explained it to me.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'd be more than happy to.
so thank y'all.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
All right, Florence.
We'll consider the minutes of the regular meeting of June 18th, 2024.
Before you do that, I did get everybody, right, that signed the sheet. I think I did. Okay, thank you.
Move for approval.
Hold on, you up, Barb?
Yeah, I'm up. Yes, I'm not paying attention. Oh, yeah, I'm up. Second.
I'm amazed. I'm up.
Damn, I'm not up, hold on.
We got a soldier down, Tammy.
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Consider accounts payable checks and payroll checks.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion carries.
Consider FY 2024 SCAP grant application.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion carries.
Consider grant application to the EPA for technical assistance to address stormwater mitigation.
So moved.
Second.
Motion carries.
Consider a resolution to increase obligation to Montgomery Community Action Committee and Community Development Corporation.
Move for approval once I come up. I'm the soldier down now.
Okay. Second, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion carries.
Consider a resolution to allocate individual commissioner funds to certain rural water companies.
That's your resolution, Commissioner?
That's mine, yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Motion carries.
Consider a resolution to rescind Resolution 2023-007 and reallocate funding to other public safety projects and programs.
Can you pull up that resolution, please? And scroll down. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to propose a change to this resolution before we vote on it.
Before we,
Or,
no, go ahead. You done? Don't we have to, and again, I'm trying to follow Robert's Rules of Order. Do we have to actually get the motion and the second before we entertain any other discussion? Okay.
What you have to do to make a formal amendment to something that's being presented is, once you hear, or Commissioner Walker in this circumstance could propose that she wants to make an amendment to the resolution that's under consideration. She'll state that amendment, and then you'll vote on whether or not to accept that amendment or not. If you accept the amendment, then you vote whether to pass the amended resolution after that.
But no need to get a motion and a second on this in its original form.
I don't think at this point in time that's in order, because based right here, if you pass this doesn't do away with the original resolution unless you pass the amendment. So you still have this resolution will be in effect until and if an alternate resolution that has been amended has passed. At that point in time, that's the one that will be accepted by the county commission.
You could vote on this one today. If it passes, then you could come back with an amendment presented by one of the commissioners to amend it again, right? To do it.
Well, you're getting a little more complicated on that. For today, what my understanding is currently there's discussion that she wants to propose a change to the resolution. If she proposes that change to the resolution, which is already before you, because it's already here, this resolution, she would make an amendment to the current resolution. You would vote on whether or not to pass an amended resolution, and then you would vote on that amended resolution to pass it and put it into effect or not.
Am I correct or incorrect in saying that in order for any discussion to take place, whether it's be for the purpose of an amendment or whatever the case is, that we would have to move on the motion and then entertain discussion.
That's not what it says in the
Okay,
rules.
all right, okay.
Yeah, not the way that I read it, the way I read it in the rules, and I'll read you the rule. If you want to make a formal amendment, an amendment may be presented formally by moving to amend the motion in some way. So actually, you're right, that you have to make a motion, but you don't vote. So you'd have to make a motion to consider
It
this.
has to be seconded,
That is
then you
correct.
discuss it. Okay, just
Now,
wanted to be sure.
actually, you make a motion, I don't think you actually have to second, it doesn't say second. In the form of the motion to amend, a second shall be required. Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. I knew I
Mr.
read a
Chairman,
little
regarding the business at hand to adopt the resolution to rescind, I so move.
So
What-
you're moving to,
I'm just moving to vote on the
Original motion.
agenda item
As
as
it's
is.
That is correct. So you have to have a motion. In order to get to amending that, you have to have a second.
do I have a second? I will pass the gavel to Vice Chairman Sankey, and I will second it.
Okay, so the resolution as stated here,
As provided.
as provided, has been moved,
You have a motion, yes, sir.
yes, and properly second.
He's passed the gavel. Did I don't know if I heard him
Okay,
say
we
a
need-
second.
We
Got a
need.
second.
Okay, so we have, yes.
Okay, and now it's time to vote.
Well, unless
Unless there is
an
a-
amendment
yeah,
that is
you-
proposed.
I am not going to propose an amendment at this time.
Okay.